Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. We have Hans here with us today. He's just taking a nap, so I'm going to leave him be. And so if he's moving around, I won't apologize for that. So today's video, I wanted to talk about some new releases actually that I'm anticipating coming out for the rest of this year. Now you might be thinking, why did this video not come out in January, the start of the new year? Well, I'm of the mind that the spring equinox is the true new year, and in many calendars and cultures on the zodiac calendar, Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It's the true beginning of the year right now, as of just a couple weeks ago. So I'm going with that, and while I was doing some research on Goodreads and just trying to find some new things to be reading, I was coming across a few books that caught my eye that I am very much looking forward to for this year, which is not something I generally pay attention to. I'm usually about 3 to 5 years behind media. I don't really watch or read things right when they come out. However, these ones just caught my attention. They're ones that I'm probably going to try and pick up right away. Some of them I might even buy a copy of because the covers are just so gorgeous. And some of these are authors that I just know that I like. So for me, that's what makes a book worthy of me maybe picking it up like right away. Generally, I'm of the mind that I just wait for it to come around to the library. I wait for the price to come down a little bit. But some of these I'm very excited for. So we're just gonna jump right in. I'm gonna go chronologically to when these are coming out. I believe one of them, actually the first on the list, is coming out in just a few days. This is one that I'll probably actually put an order in for today. I think I'm just gonna bite the bullet and get it because Leigh Bardugo is a pretty much immediate read author for me. I'm going to generally assume that I like most things that Leigh Bardugo is putting out. So that is The Familiar. I mean, come on, this cover, goth vibes. I love the font. I'm a bit burnt out on like YA fantasy right now. So this one being set in more of a historical fiction setting. I believe this is like 16th century Spain. Spring for me is definitely a time where I'm drawn to more period pieces, historical fictions, classics. And I've been reading a lot of YA fantasy lately. So I'm very much looking forward to maybe branching out a little bit. So this is set in Madrid, Spain, when Madrid became the new capital in the Spanish Golden Age. So that's very exciting to me. I love that setting. Main character, Lucia, she uses scraps of magic to get through her days, but when her scheming mistress discovers a lump of a servant cowering in the kitchen is actually hiding a talent for little miracles, she demands that Lucia use those gifts to better the family's social position. This is also a standalone, which is something that I'm very much excited about. Don't have it in me to start another trilogy. Right now, I'm already started multiple series. I'm very much looking forward to just a standalone. Sounds like it has some magical elements, some obviously political, war-torn, societal hierarchy strifes going on here. This next book is also a standalone. This is actually a novella, and this is When Among Crows by the millennial icon herself, Veronica Roth. I was a big fan of the Divergent series. I am very much looking forward to this one, especially because it's a novella. Again, I think novellas are very underrated. I love a good novella. This one's only about 175 pages, I think. Again, the cover is gorgeous. Seems like this one is also set in a typical dystopian setting. That's kind of her bread and butter. An urban fantasy dystopian, which generally I like. I think the exception to that is Crescent City, because I just think that is such a mess of a book series. But overall, I do enjoy urban fantasy when I think it's done well. And I think Veronica Roth does that better than Sarah J. Maas. In general, it's something that I like. This one, again, just seems like it has kind of political strife, magical elements, a Voldemort style like soul splitting thing happening, a sword made of a human spine, a holy order, an enchanted flower, which very much gives like Tangled vibes. All things that sound right up my alley. So step into a city where monsters feast on human emotions, knights split their souls to make their weapons. That's the Voldemort soul splitting that I was talking about. And witches always take more than they can give. Again, I really love that, especially for a novella. I think why not just set something that's so low stakes. You can just read it in a day. That's something that is sounding very appealing to me right now. That one comes out this May. This Next one is a historical mystery from a series that I've also started, and that is the Botanist's Guide to Parties and Poisons series. This third one in the series is called The Botanist's Guide to Society and Secrets. I do not know if this is just a trilogy or if it's like an open-ended series, but I've read the first two in this one, and they're not anything like groundbreaking. They're not my favorites ever, but mystery is not something that I usually read. So this one is set in like 1920s London, and it's basically a botanist, a woman in STEM. We love that. She is at a, excuse me, that's my dishwasher. She works at a obviously male-dominated university studying science and botany, and she gets into all kinds of troubles. She's helping out professors. She's getting involved with the detectives and the police to help them solve mysteries. Again, I'm assuming it will be following that general formula. Her name is Saffron Everly. She's the main character in the series, and I just think that's like one of the cutest book names for this type of book ever. So brilliant botanist Saffron Everly is ready for her next thrilling adventure in the newest installment of Kate Khavari's mesmerizing historical mystery series, A Cleverly Plotted Puzzle. Returning from Paris, botanical researcher Saffron Everly finds that her former love interest Alexander's brother, Adrian, is being investigated for murder. So basically, her fling, her beau, his brother, who she met in the last one, is apparently got himself in some trouble, and she's basically going to be uncovering secrets using plants along the way. I really enjoy this author's use of the botany and plants themselves. It's fun to watch her use the plants to uncover these mysteries as someone who, as you can see, obviously really enjoys plants. So again, these ones are like nothing crazy. I gave the rest of the books in the series 4 stars because I did really enjoy them. I also listened to these on audiobook because the British narration is quite good. It really helps me get immersed in the story with a book like this on an audiobook. So I'll probably do that again. That one comes out this June. Okay, then coming up end of summer in August is Lady Macbeth by Ava Reid. If you can tell, the theme of this very much leaning into like historical fiction, classic retellings, things like that. That's just kind of what I'm being drawn to right now. So Lady Macbeth, again, the cover, moment of silence for this cover. It's so good. It's giving Anya Taylor-Joy. If you guys saw her recent wedding pictures, put Anya Taylor-Joy in every period piece that ever exists. I've actually never read Macbeth, but I'm familiar with it in the sense that most people are familiar with the fact that it's a political Shakespearean drama. Basically, Macbeth and his wife basically just descend into madness for political power. They're doing everything in their power. They're plotting, they're scheming, they're killing. So I'm assuming that this is obviously Lady Macbeth's, her perspective. Don't know how true this is to the source material. I really have no idea. This is by Ava Reid, who is the author of Juniper and Thorn, I want to say, is the title. I have not read that one, and A Study in Drowning, which I did recently read. And I want to give this one a try because I did mention this in my last video. I thought that A Study in Drowning was really written beautifully. I just think that the execution was lacking. I think it had a lot of potential, but I really enjoyed the writing style and the setting and things like that. So I think that with something like this, it's either going to be really good or it's going to be a mess, and I'm giving her a shot. This is just one that I'm very interested in. People really enjoy her books, so I'm looking forward to giving that one a try. Okay, then we have one that I'm very excited for. Something About Me, like I said, I love a novella, and I will stand by A Court of Frost and Starlight to my death. I love that novella. I love a Christmas, seasonal, holiday themed, just cute time. This next one seems like it's going to be giving those vibes, and that is Spectacular holiday novella in the Caraval world, which I have officially finished. I finished finale yesterday, and I'm jumping right back in. I'm actually just started A Ballad of Never After from the Once Upon a Broken Heart. So I'm fully in Stephanie Garber land right now. This one I'm very excited for. This comes out at the end of October. This is one where it doesn't even matter what this is going to be about. I'm going to read it because I'm such a sucker for Christmas. I'm a huge Christmas person. It becomes my entire personality. I just love it. So welcome back to the mysteriously enchanting world of Caraval. Return to the legendary magic and the whimsical wonder with this beautifully illustrated holiday novella. Love that. It's great holiday eve, and Scarlett is planning a spectacular holiday celebration. So it's giving Feyre is doing her Christmas shopping, but it's Scarlett who is planning like this major ball. There's gonna be drama. There's gonna be decor. It's gonna be lush and lavish. I'm very excited for that one. I really enjoyed the Caraval series. I will not claim that it's the best written YA fantasy I've ever read, but it was really fun. I love the descriptions. I really enjoy Stephanie Garber's writing. So for a holiday novella, I'm gonna eat that shit up. Last but not least, we have the one that I'm probably the most excited for on this list. This is the continuation of The Crown of Nyaxia, the Serpent and the Wings of Night trilogy by Carissa Broadbent. This is the Songbird and the Heart of Stone. This one comes out in November. This one's gonna be an immediate read when it comes out. I've said it before, but the Serpent and Wings of Night is probably my favorite new like YA fantasy series that I have read. Six Scorched Roses, the novella, was one of my favorite books that I read last year. And that's really all I have to say about it. I don't know if it is the final, like if it's a trilogy and she's ending it. This is one where it seems like she's doing a lot of like spin-offs, and I hope she does more novellas. This one says number 3, brand new novel in the Crowns of Nyaxia. How the hell do you say that? Not Nyaxia? It's a very odd word. So this one I think is going to be following one of the side characters from the other books, Mish. Very like bubbly style personality girl who was turned to vampire against her will. She was one of the friends and side characters in the first 2 books, and it sounds like in this one we're going to be following her and her story, which I'm very much looking forward to. It also says, okay, so A Court of Thorns and Roses meets Dante's Inferno, an epic fantasy romance of love and treachery between mortals and gods. Again, I love that. I love mythology, mortals, gods, political strife, religious undertones, deities, all of that I really love. I just think it's so fun to read. It's just what reading is about to me, is the fantasy and the just over-the-top drama of it all. I love that. So basically she murders, this is in the synopsis, so I'm not spoiling. This is in the description. She is being sentenced to death for murdering the vampire prince who turned her. And she's obviously, that was her revenge, but it seems like redemption is impossible because she's going to be trying to get out of that. Sounds like she's saved by another prince in the House of Shadow, with the past as brutal as his scars. We love it. I'm so excited for this. So that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please let me know if you are anticipating any of these books yourself, or if there's another book that you are most excited for that's releasing this year in 2024. I would love to know. I'm definitely kind of going through a refresh organizational kick right now and kind of reevaluating what my TBR is, seeing what I want to read, what I want to put holds on at the library. It's like a weekly task for me, and to go through my Libby and just add things to my holds that I want to read. So I always enjoy seeing the comments, what you guys are reading, what you guys are loving. There goes the sun. That's my cue to go. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. It means a lot to me. I would really appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.